I'm Zahir, Kelvin Abdullah, and this is Nightline. The top stories: good governance and fighting corruption continue to be Madani government's top priorities next year. And government to maintain pension increments for retirees. Ensuring good governance and eradicating corruption will continue to be the if it was held soon. This is based on his administration's framework, which concerns aspects of economic management and good governance. This includes putting a stop to old practices of direct negotiations or commission theft in projects.
Saya tak kira ini mesti dibetulkan. Dan sebab itu saya tekankan juga tata kelola walaupun ia memang di paling tidak senang Universiti Singapura, because ini punca dia. Kamu ada kuasa, bukan saja sebagai menteri atau KSU ke ataupun KP. Kalau kekayaan kamu tu berganda, tak boleh kamu terangkan, tindakan harus diambil.
Commenting on the assessment made by some non-governmental bodies, NGOs, against his government, Anwar said he was open to such views. However, he stressed that the reform agenda cannot be implemented in a short period and the effort is being implemented by the government. Meanwhile, Anwar said the government will continue its special appreciation for pensioners PKKP initiative aimed at supporting affected pensioners and derivative pension recipients to ensure the welfare of this group is well taken care of. The cabinet made this decision on Friday.
Amount pension kerana ada juga pertembungan dengan keputusan mahkamah yang telah memutuskan di sebaliknya. Tapi kerajaan memutuskan supaya amount akan diselaraskan berdasarkan peratusan pelarasan gaji ke atas gaji akhir pesara mengikut kumpulan perkhidmatan masing-masing secara berfasa.
The Prime Minister said that the continuation of the PKKP initiative aims to ensure pensioners receive sufficient support to manage the rising cost of living, thereby reflecting the Madani government's commitment to compassion in line with the concept of ihsan. The Cabinet's decision has resolved the concerns of about 900,000 government pensioners who have been awaiting an official explanation regarding their pension rates, specifically whether their pensions will be adjusted in accordance with the new salary scheme. On another note, Anwar said that the Cabinet draft paper on the separation of powers between the Attorney General AG and the Public Prosecutor PP is expected to be ready by the middle of next year. He said that the proposed division of functions between the AG and the PP has been accepted by the Cabinet and a minister has been assigned to lead a task force to oversee the matter.
Very tough is complex issue because if the issue is that will then solve this called the perception, it's not true. To me, the focal point should be the integrity of office. Having said that, it will have to wait. Hopefully by mid-year, next year. I've not seen even the draft of the decision yet. We have not seen the draft yet. The only paper presented was a policy decision whether we agree with the division. That has been passed by Cabinet.
Acknowledging the complexity of the issue, Anwar emphasized that the draft paper requires time to complete as it involves numerous amendments, including the federal constitution. In March 2023, the Prime Minister announced that the government was considering a proposal to separate the prosecutor's office from the AGC. The separation of the AG and PP roles aims to strengthen the independence and integrity of the legal system, ensuring that prosecutorial decisions are made without undue influence and that the AG can serve as an impartial legal advisor to the government. At the media conference, the Prime Minister said that Petroleum Nasional Berhad Petronas and Petroleum Sarawak Berhad Petros can support each other to grow in the oil and gas industry. Anwar, who is also the Finance Minister, said it is important for Petronas to be recognized as a national body and for all its contractual obligations to be respected without being compromised.
It is important for Petronas to be recognized as a national body, to respect all contractual obligations without compromise, and for Petronas to recognize the need to support, not to recognize, to support Petros, and to allow it to emerge as an important player.
According to Anwar, though there were issues at the time and extreme voices on both sides, his engagement with Sarawak Premier Tan Sri Abang Johari Openg has been excellent. Referring to the gas distribution discussions between Petronas and Petros, Anwar said both of them want an amicable resolution with this issue. On December 12, Anwar reportedly said that discussions between the two parties have been settled and the government is currently fine-tuning the details, parameters and legal implications of the move. The Prime Minister also mentioned that he had a productive discussion with Abang Johari regarding the matter and a clear decision was reached. Highway users nationwide will enjoy toll-free travel on December 23rd and 24th in conjunction with the Christmas celebration. Works Minister Datuk Sri Alexander Nantalinggi on Saturday announced that the toll-free period will commence at 12:01 a.m. on December 23rd and end at 11:59 p.m. on December 24th. However, he said that the toll exemption is only applicable to Class 1 private vehicles at all toll plazas, except for those at the national borders, namely the Bangunan Sultan Iskandar Toll and Tanjung Kupang Toll Plaza, Johor. In a statement, the minister also said the initiative was in line with the Madani di Hati, Rakyat di Santuni aspiration in conjunction with the Christmas celebration 2024. The financial implications borne by the government are estimated at 38 million ringgit. Meanwhile, as travellers leave the city for their hometowns in the eastern, northern and southern regions for Christmas on Wednesday and the year-end school holidays, traffic on major highways is expected to rise sharply with an estimated 2.55 million vehicles daily. Malaysian Highway Authority MHA Director General Datuk Sazali Harun said 2.12 million vehicles are expected to use Plus Expressway, with an expected 188,130 vehicles on the Kuala Lumpur-Karak Expressway, 87,380 on the East Coast Expressway Phase 1, 39,830 on the East Coast Expressway Phase 2 and 115,590 on the West Coast Expressway. In a statement on Saturday, Sazali said to ensure smooth traffic during the Christmas holiday, all highway concessionaires have been directed to make thorough preparations to ensure safe and seamless journeys for highway users. For the convenience of highway users, Sazali said the MHA Traffic Management Centre will operate from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. Motorists are able to check live updates on highway traffic through the official social media accounts of MHA and highway concessionaires or by contacting the MHA Traffic Management Centre. They can also view closed-circuit television footage on the MHA website. He also reminded motorcyclists that the emergency lane is not a dedicated route for motorcycles. Communications Minister Fahmi Fadzil said that the implementation of the social media operator's license is set to take effect on January 1st despite pushback from platform operators. According to Fahmi, his ministry had met with social media operators multiple times to urge them to block illegal advertisements that could lead to cybercrimes. Fahmi said platforms like Facebook generated approximately 2.5 billion ringgit in advertising revenue from Malaysia in 2023, including promoting prohibited advertisements.
Kita dapati platform macam Facebook, dia buat duit daripada iklan scam, daripada iklan judi. Benda ni tak dibenarkan dalam negara. Jadi ada orang kata pushback, dia tak nak sebab dia merasakan akan ada kesan. Tapi bagi kita, iklan judi ni, iklan scam ni, dia akan memangsakan pengguna Facebook rakyat Malaysia.
Fahmi said this in an episode of the edisi khas Buletin TV3 podcast aired on Saturday. He also highlighted the severity of online scams, noting that Malaysians suffered losses amounting to 432 million ringgit in 2023 alone due to various forms of cyber fraud. Other cybercrimes, including online gambling, cyberbullying, and sexual crimes against children, are also on the rise, further highlighting the need for stricter regulations. As a response, amendments made to the Communications and Multimedia Act 1998, along with the introduction of the license, would help address these issues. Prasarana Malaysia wants stern action to be taken against the individuals involved in a brawl that caused damages to its facilities. The incident occurred late Friday at the Bandar Tasik Selatan Light Rail Transit LRT station on the Ampang Sri Petaling line. In a statement on Saturday, Prasarana said that the midnight brawl damaged station facilities, including a train's doors and window panels on the platform. According to the statement, a police report was lodged and Prasarana is cooperating with the police to conduct a thorough investigation. A video recording of the brawl was uploaded to social media and has since gone viral. The video shows two groups involving 20 to 30 individuals believed to be football fans acting aggressively by hurling trash bins and kicking train doors. Due to the incident, the train ride had to be halted for approximately 8 minutes. Kuala Lumpur Police Chief Dato' Rusdi Mohamad said that an auxiliary policeman reported the incident at 3:40 a.m. on Saturday. Arrests are yet to be made and police urge those involved to come forth to assist in the probe. The case is being investigated under the Penal Code. The Integrity Unit of University Malaya is actively investigating a sexual harassment case allegedly involving one of its lecturers. According to the Higher Education Ministry, MOHE, the university is adhering to all relevant procedures and regulations in addressing the matter. In a statement on Saturday, MOHE said UM has specific guidelines and regulations regarding sexual harassment and is taking measures to protect the rights of all parties involved. The statement added that the individual linked to the allegation has filed a police report and the authorities are conducting their own investigation. The ministry stressed that any actions taken must comply with existing laws, as breaching legal procedures could jeopardize the ongoing investigations. MOHE and UM will not tolerate any breach of the law, and strict disciplinary action will be taken against those found guilty. The Royal Malaysian Police will continue to enforce the ban on illegal border crossings using unauthorized bases along Sungai Golok, Kelantan, despite threats from parties unhappy with the decision. Inspector General of Police Tan Sri Razaruddin Hussein said the move was based on the law and it is the duty of the police to ensure adherence. On Saturday, Razaruddin said the police are prepared and are not faced by any threats. He also reminded police officers and personnel on duty along the Malaysia-Thailand border to remain vigilant to ensure security remains intact. On Friday, Kelantan Police Chief Datuk Muhammad Yusuf Mamat confirmed that his department had received various threats following the enforcement of the ban on using illegal bases to cross the Malaysia-Thailand border effective December 1st. In November, Muhammad Yusuf said the police were using the Immigration Act to detain Malaysians who enter and exit the country illegally from Thailand. In Johor, 2 men and a woman suspected to be involved in an armed robbery case in Muar have been remanded for 7 days. The remand order was issued by Magistrate Susanna Mokhtar at the Muar Magistrates Court on Saturday to assist in the investigation under the Penal Code for gang robbery using weapons. The suspects were detained in a car near Sungkai in Perak at about 9 a.m. on Friday, following police intelligence and surveillance. The woman, believed to be the girlfriend of one of the suspects, was also held. In the 6:20 p.m. incident last Tuesday, 2 suspects armed with machetes broke into a house in Taman Sri Treh Muar to rob the residents. However, their attempt was thwarted when 2 occupants of the house returned and fought back. JDT storm into last 4. Actions from Malaysia Cup after this breather.
Lebih segar, lebih dinamik. Laporan komprehensif menghidupkan pagi anda.
Buletin pagi dengan waktu yang baharu. 9.30 pagi setiap hari bermula 1 November.
1 dalam sejuta.
One in a Million adalah program reality pertama yang Tomok join dan program inilah yang membawa nama Tomok ni sampai sekarang. Bila dapat tahu program One in a Million akan kembali tu, tak tahu di sini rasa sangat-sangat excited lah sebab kita pernah berada dalam program tu. Bila muncul balik itu, rindu tu terubat lah. Saya sangat-sangat looking forward dengan persembahan kalian semua. All the best.
One in a Million akan datang Disember ini.
Semakin meningkat usia, semakin tinggi risiko kerapuhan tulang.
Apabila proses penuaan berlaku, kita akan nampak penyakit-penyakit sendi seperti penyakit tulang rapuh.
Faktor genetik juga antara puncanya.
Doktor pernah scan tapi doktor kata sebelah kaki dia tak ada. Kaki dia yang belah kiri tu rupanya dah terlipat. Dia dah patah dari dalam perut.
Tulang rapuh. Kami bincangkan dalam Hello Doktor, Ahad 5.30 petang di TV3 dan stream juga melalui Tonton.
Apabila datang, ia boleh mengambil alih kesemuanya tubuh, minda dan hidup anda. Stres bukan sekadar tekanan perasaan tetapi boleh mengancam kesihatan secara keseluruhan. Kenalilah tanda-tanda stres sejak awal dan bincang mengenainya secara terbuka. Dapatkan sokongan moral dan emosi daripada orang di sekeliling anda serta bantuan profesional di saluran yang betul. Saksikan Hello Doktor Ahad 5.30 petang di TV3.
We're back with sports football. The Malaysia Cup. Defending champions Johor Darul Takzim JDT advanced to the semi-finals with a commanding 4-0 victory over Kuala Lumpur City FC in the second leg of the quarterfinals at the Sultan Ibrahim Stadium on Saturday. Hector Bidoglio's squad opened the scoring in the 35th minute through a penalty by Arif Aiman Muhammad Hanapi, awarded after KL City's Nabil Hakim Bukhari fouled him. The home side doubled their lead during injury time when striker Bergson da Silva swiftly converted a cross from Oscar Pasero Arribas on the right flank. In the second half, the visitors conceded another penalty when Sharvin Selvakumaran fouled Oscar, with Bergson slotting in JDT's third goal in the 56th minute. The Southern Tigers compounded Miroslav Kuljanic's side's woes with a stunning long-range shot by Juan Muniz Gallego 6 minutes later to seal the dominant 4-0 victory. Awaiting JDT in the last four will be either Terengganu FC or Negeri Sembilan FC. Still on football, the German Bundesliga, Bayern Munich opened a 7-point lead over defending champions Bayer Leverkusen at the top of the standings after thrashing visitors RB Leipzig 5-1 on Friday. Jamal Musiala scored his 9th league goal of the season in the first minute of the game, but as Bayern's fans were still celebrating the goal, Benjamin Sesko pulled Leipzig level a minute later. Despite this, former Leipzig player Konrad Leimers restored the home side's lead in the 25th minute with his first goal in Bayern colours, and Joshua Kimmich doubled the advantage 9 minutes later for a 3-1 half-time lead. The Bavarians maintained their relentless pressure in the second half, with Leroy Sané adding his name to the score sheet in the 75th minute before Alphonso Davies completed the 5-1 rout 3 minutes later with a rare headed goal. The win saw Bayern returning to winning ways following last weekend's 1-2 defeat away to Mainz. On to badminton. BAM coaching director Rexy Mainaki on Saturday said the sudden resignation of men's doubles coach Tan Bin Shen will not affect the national team. Rexy added that he was not worried about the national team's preparations, as coaches Rosman Razak, Nova Widianto and others are still at the Academy Badminton Malaysia. The BAM coaching chief stated that he is currently on holiday and has yet to think about Bin Shen's replacement. On Friday, BAM announced that Bin Shen, who has been with the national team since 2020, has resigned and is set to join Hong Kong BA as its new men's doubles coach. Bin Shen is credited with guiding men's doubles pair Aaron Chia and So Woo Yik to 2 Olympic bronze medals and the World Championship title in 2022. Moving on to tennis, the 2024 Next Gen ATP Finals. How Fonseca maintained his flawless run at the tournament by edging Jakub Mensik across 5 tie-break sets on a dramatic Friday night in Jeddah. The 18-year-old Brazilian registered a hard-fought 3-4, 4-3, 4-3, 3-4, 4-3 victory over the third-seeded Czech in a match of fine margins. Fonseca, currently number 145 in the PIF ATP rankings, advanced to the last 4 with a perfect 3-love blue group record and is set to play Luca van Assche for a place in the final. In another match, Leonard Tien produced an ultra-high-level performance, ousting top seed Arthur Fils 4-2, 4-2, 3-4, 4-3 in a win-or-go-home battle. The 19-year-old finished second in the blue group and will next meet countryman and close friend Alex Michelson, who sat in Tien's player box cheering him to victory. At least 5 dead in German market attack. The details when Nightline returns.
Keadaan mula tenang, tak ada apa-apa. Tiba-tiba benda tu meletup. Saya rasa panas.
Ramai orang awam bertindak agresif dengan membaling batu, menendang dan memanjat kenderaan, memancitkan tayar dengan pisau.
Setiap OKU dia berlain-lain ability. Daripada kicking guna kaki, bela guna tangan, breaststroke.
Saya macam terkejut jugalah. Dia boleh pergi buat aktiviti scuba tu dengan keadaan tangan satu kan.
Kebanyakan mereka menjadi sukarelawan disebabkan niat ingin membantu.
Semakin meningkat usia, semakin tinggi risiko kerapuhan tulang.
Apabila proses penuaan berlaku, kita akan nampak penyakit-penyakit sendi seperti penyakit tulang rapuh.
Faktor genetik juga antara puncanya.
Doktor pernah scan tapi doktor kata sebelah kaki dia tak ada. Kaki dia yang belah kiri itu rupanya dah terlipat. Dia dah patah dari dalam perut.
Tulang rapuh. Kami bincangkan dalam Hello Doktor Ahad 5.30 petang di TV3 dan stream juga melalui Tonton.
Lebih segar, lebih dinamik. Laporan komprehensif menghidupkan pagi anda.
Buletin pagi dengan waktu yang baharu. 9.30 pagi setiap hari bermula 1 November.
Baca doa dulu. Allah Akbar, lupa. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Allahumma aftah li abwaba rahmatika. Ya Allah, bukakanlah pintu-pintu rahmat-Mu untuk kami. Amin ya rabbal alamin.
Lagi satu jangan lupa, kita kena niat iktikaf dulu. Okey. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Nawaitu li'iktikaf fil hazal masjid lillahi ta'ala. Sahaja aku beriktikaf dalam masjid ni kerana Allah Ta'ala. Baru boleh masuk. Ini tak lupa. Jom.
Sorry lah.
Welcome back. At least 5 people were killed and over 200 others were injured after a car rammed into a crowded Christmas market in Germany. Local media reports indicate the car involved was seen driving at high speeds before striking the crowd at about 7 p.m. local time on Friday in the town of Magdeburg. Among the injured, 15 were identified as being in critical condition, while another 37 people had injuries of medium severity and 16 were lightly injured. Meanwhile, officials described the incident as an intentional attack and said that the driver had been taken into custody at the scene. They also identified the suspect as a 50-year-old doctor from Saudi Arabia, adding that he was likely the sole perpetrator behind the car ramming. However, authorities said a case has been opened and further investigations are underway. Gaza's health ministry on Saturday said at least 21 Palestinians have been killed and 61 others injured in Zionist attacks across Gaza in the past 24 hours. According to local media, Zionist air attacks killed 2 people in Rafah and 2 others near the Kamal Adwan Hospital in Beit Lahia in the north of the Gaza Strip. A number of people were also injured in a Zionist drone attack in a town east of Khan Yunis. Meanwhile, the report quoted medical sources saying Israeli forces continue to target Kamal Adwan Hospital, including shelling its 3rd floor and the hospital doors on Friday. They also said the situation in the hospital is still critical due to a severe shortage of supplies, equipment, medicines and food. A last-minute budget bill has been passed in the United States House of Representatives to keep the federal government funded and running through mid-March, averting an impending shutdown. On Friday evening, the temporary budget legislation sailed through the House with an overwhelming 366 votes in support. Only 34 representatives, all Republican, voted against the bill, while 1 Democrat abstained by voting present. The stopgap bill, however, omitted one key issue that had stalled recent negotiations, which is the debt ceiling. The continuing resolution now progresses to the Senate with only hours to spare before the shutdown is slated to take effect on Saturday at 12:01 a.m. local time. Pakistan on Saturday has jailed 25 civilians over attacks on military facilities that followed the arrest of former Prime Minister Imran Khan in 2023. The military's public relations wing confirmed the ruling, stating that a military court had handed down sentences of between 2 and 10 years of rigorous imprisonment, with 14 facing a decade behind bars. However, the statement did not specify the charges but referred to acts committed by Khan's supporters who stormed military premises and torched a general's house during the unrest in May 2023 as political terrorism. It said the ruling was a stark reminder to never take the law in one's own hands. Meanwhile, the military also said others charged over the violence, which killed at least 8 people, were being tried in anti-terrorism courts and justice would prevail. And that concludes Nightline this time around. Before we leave, let's take a look at the 26th edition of the Harbin Ice Snow Whirl at the theme park, which unveils a crystal and dreamlike fantasy. With that, I'm Zahir, Kelvin, Abdullah. Thank you for watching and enjoy the rest of your weekend.